Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and my name is Arbiter.
And I am Icy Crew.
Today we are casting Horizon Esports versus Mi5FIT on Coastline.
Yeah, and these two teams, well, let's get into the background of these two teams. Horizon, they have been playing since 2019, I believe, and they have some comp experience between their players. They even have a person that came from Fortnite, and they have a lot of comp experience. They even said he won a championship before in Fortnite. And with Mi5FIT, they are known as the boomers of this league. They're all aged between 24 and 27. And they all have been together for 2 years. And that's what we got so far from these two teams.
It's interesting to know that they're one of the oldest teams in terms of the actual age. Well, we have Jackal and Ying off the board already, not too surprising. Coastline is very heavy, roam heavy map, so getting Jackal off the board helps a lot with that. Ying brings a lot of utility. Okay, taking out Walmai. It's honestly not that unseen either. As Walmai disc can be placed in pretty much anywhere on the map. Denied throwables of any kind. It's very useful. We have the last band coming out on 2. Ah, yes, of course, Valkyrie. Very strong operator. Although it's next season, maybe not so much anymore, who knows? Maybe we'll see her ban list. Since her camera is going outside, we'll only have a 10-second timer instead of being able to stay outside. It's a pretty big nerf to her and pretty much any other operator that can get out cams outside.
Yep, and I'm glad Ying is being banned because last stream I said I think 20 times instead of saying Ying. And that was awkward. I rewatched the VOD and I kept on saying, "Oh my gosh, Finka's throwing her candelas." I just felt so scuffed. But this time, Ying is banned, the candelas are banned, close quarters is the name of the game in Coastline, and Finka.
Defenders, protect your
Ying
bombs from being
out of the
used by
bound,
attackers.
out of the way, is gonna help a lot of people.
Attack. Location of
Indeed, I agree with that. Having the Tachanka on the board is interesting instead of the Smoke. Granted, he has that destructive LMG, but Smoke's usually picked more just because of his versatility. Interesting to see how they're opening this side up. Pretty standard for the bar. Bring that Malusi for both the intel and just the slowdown of the attackers. That's pretty good.
10 seconds left.
Although they do have that Sledge and Forez to clear that utility.
Attackers
And then
have
of course
located
Finka
a
has
bomb.
nades and
5 seconds
possibly the Gon 6. I don't know just yet, but we'll find out.
Attackers
But
have
with
located
Team
a
Horizon, they're really aggressive. They're a real aggressive team. They like to get their first picks, and with Mi5FITs, they love to take the time. They like to see what's happening between the team they're facing against, and they like to hit the spot where their weak is from. So they're both counterintuitive. They're yin and yang. Let's see what overpowers aggressiveness or like trying to find something to solve, like a puzzle on Mi5FIT gaming side.
Yeah, this will definitely be an interesting matchup in that case. But I think it definitely helps with those opening picks, being able to ADS faster, reload faster, gives you more health, but it allows you to take those gunfights easier. So far, they're just holding their angles, being patient. They know these roamers are up on the second floor, just trying to clear them out. Seems somebody just crossed back into the pool right now. No, he went back
bomb
downstairs.
diffuser has been
Oh,
dropped.
that was a spicy shot from the sound of it.
It sounded like a one-tap.
It did, indeed.
The first kill in this
Security room.
game goes off for Mi5FIT Gaming. Aruna gets a nice one-tap, as we all heard it. And looks like top floor is already cleared, and pretty soon Sledge is gonna go in town for the sophomore destruction. And they don't have any nitros on Mr. Gamer, so they won't able to punish any of the sledge actions they're going to do here.
That's a good thing to point out, since they don't really have any upstairs denial in terms of defense. Then this is gonna be pretty painful. Although they did take the hard breach out, so oh, they get another pick onto the capital. Sitting down here at the bottom, cool vibes, just chilling, and he decides to rotate off after being ground.
As Tachanka barely almost gets his life thrown away by that sledge haul, but I guess he did not see him. But that is a 2v5 going towards Abby and going towards Horizon. Horizon still hasn't found a pick yet, still haven't found that groove, but it's not the end of the world. Seeing the first round being a loss does hurt you a little bit, but we still got 7 more rounds to go, at least.
30 seconds on the clock, now 25. Oh wow, Torres hits his shots. And that is the round done. Wow, that was interesting. Opening that door kinda... Oh my goodness, what did I just watch? That was interesting. Okay, better question. Did he kill the Flores when he peeked the door or when he peeked the rotate? Because I'm even questioning that. That was a very interesting shot.
Yeah, I don't know about that shot, but it was a good crosser placement.
Indeed, very
little weird on the aiming down sight part, but it did his job. It was a nice play by Mi5FIT Gaming. They did not get aggressive. Team Horizon did get in the site early in the round, did have top floor control halfway. They still had like 1 or 2 roamers on east side, and they were just giving them little trouble. These little rats of roamers just kind of threw off the game off of Horizon.
Yeah, it seems like they weren't expecting them to be in the places they were at. Just probably caught them off guard. Either that or they were losing their gunfights. But, it happens all the time in this game. Fresh start of a round. Horizon seems to be sticking with the general consensus, except they bring an Ash and a Nomad this time. No hard breacher on the board.
I like what I'm saying now. They finally have 2 nitros, because they realize that they're not really going to contest top floor as much as they would in other games. But let's see if these nitros could smell anybody's feet, especially the sledge. Let's see if they could take them down, really. Because that is the main goal of nitro, playing in kitchen. If you don't get the soft floor destruction early, then it will cause disaster towards the end of the round.
That is very true. If you cannot get upstairs control on this site, it is going to be very, very hard to attack it. Especially if they still are upstairs and be able to hold those angles. Oh my goodness, this Jaeger taking the gunfight on the window, but he decides to, pull off because a little more than he could probably handle.
There's a sledge rotating from Qatar's side, and he has a cross angle for a cocktail to jump in bathroom as they're trying to drone out. Top floor side where Jaeger was last seen. They don't see him.
Seems that the Capitao is trying to think about dropping, but still making sure that the upstairs is clear before doing so. Mi5FIT's holding their own. Still that upstairs presence. Holding a cheeky punch hole here. If they don't drone this out, then they may actually die to that. Although they are top cool vibes already. Taking that upstairs, just slowly pushing over.
It is a risky whack-a-mole game that Jaeger is playing right now. He can get pre-fired, or he might be able to take this opportunity by someone trying to pre-fire and get this pick.
Being droned out, getting shot through the wall. It's taken down a little bit below 50 HP. Decide to head back to the hallway downstairs. Oh, and the nitro cell coming out sees the toes of Ash. Unfortunate for her. Soft destruction out, but the Sledge doing his job. Oh my goodness,
Sledge
that is
barely lives. Catches him, but it does not do enough damage to deal. to kill him, and now we have smoke down. Smoke is very important, and they're not going to be able to stop the plant if there is one, and having a smoke with the only shotgun, his smoke canisters out, will hurt Team Horizon. Or Team Esports, yeah.
Team Horizon gets another pick onto the cap, not the cap down, sorry, the cap can, and you know both mirrors are now popped actually, so mirror is no longer able to hold those one-way windows. Somebody is contesting the kitchen window, however. Maybe their execute's going to be through there, trying to take the plant. Smokes go out, they jump in, trying to find him. Oh, it's gonna be close. Mirror goes down though.
5 seconds left.
Plant going down. Plant denied, and wow, the attackers run that.
It was a
Oh my
close
goodness,
match.
very
for
nice.
Mi5FIT Gaming.
Very
They almost won the round, but Sledge getting these last 2 kills actually saved Horizon's place on second round, because Rooney did kill the guy with diffuser, and there was 3 seconds left. If Sledge was a second 2 seconds late, that would have been a Mi5FIT round by Rooney killing diffuser.
Yeah, that timing came down to mere seconds. Sledge wasn't able to hit his shots, or he ended up dying to that Rooney in a very different round. But you know, Horizon comes out, get a point on the board, 1-1.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
They're going with the general same setup, bringing the Yana, I'm assuming for her droning ability, and over the Ash. Upstairs hookah defense for Mi5FIT. Bringing that Maestro for the bulletproof cameras. This is very nice.
Camera initiated. ADS active.
Maestro's bubbles are very annoying at times. You could plant and just
10 seconds remaining.
having a bubble just stare at you, just constantly pinging it is not the funnest of times to have.
5
But
seconds to go.
Maestro does have an LMG that goes burr, and seeing a lot of games, Maestro could single-handedly clutch the round if he just sprays a single doorway.
Especially since he is a very thick boy.
You're absolutely right. So with that being on Team Mi5FIT's side, that seems like it could help him on the push that Horizon brings to the table.
Maestro being a very good operator, being able to hold down those angles that, you know, are commonly held or commonly pushed. Seems as though he is playing downstairs though, in the kitchen, holding an angle through the floor. This could be a very cheeky kill for Mi5FIT. He ends up able to get this pick.
Bomb located by attackers.
Jaeger seems to be holding the same punch hole. Almost worked the first time, why not, you know, try it a second time. That roam presence is still pretty heavy. Horizon doing their droning the best that they can. Droning to Qatar, I'm assuming they probably saw those punch holes again. Somebody's holding that angle on all the way from VIP onto the guitar door though. Decides to come up with it though.
Well, there's already damage being taken down by the Whack-A-Mole Jaeger. He does finally gets punished by with these holes. It looks like on the white repel window, he got shot down to less than 10 HP. And that will be the only action so far. And while I say that, Maestro actually gets a pick on the Sledge. That is a 1 pair out of 3 down. And any pairs of nades down is bad. That is a kill that could have been brought to the board, but it's still a kill. And Maestro getting super aggressive with his gun, but finally gets picked off by the Nomad.
Having that room clear. Did get that. Did get that Finka very low though. And although she can't heal herself now, so she's going to be a little bit above 30 HP.
This Rooney is gonna try to get this nasty flank onto luggage. If she actually does this right, she can get a lot of people, because there is Finka happy and beans that are low HP, and I didn't know Finka knows he's there. Oh, already
my
she
goodness.
shot
One-
into the back of Ayana, and
Attackers
she's still
drop the
alive.
diffuser.
And Happy gets down by a smoke canister. That is a 2v3.
20 seconds left on the score, on the board. Horizon's gonna have to go for an execute very soon. 2v3. Oh, goes the Nomad off the rotate. Going for the plant.
10 seconds remaining.
Gonna go. One goes underneath to go deny.
Attackers are activating the bomb.
Diana does cover, and they do
Defenders
get the
have
plant
disabled
down.
the bomb diffuser. Defenders have eyes on the diffuser.
Smoke
Attackers
is still
need to protect
downstairs though. Could possibly get a pick.
Oh,
King's coming out from the. Oh no! Unfortunately, was not able to kill the person through the floor. But his teammate Rooney was able to get the pick and gets the last for the triple kill. Very well done by Mi5FIT. Plenty of time left on the
Bomb
diffuser.
diffuser disabled by defenders. Bomb defusing is
Even though
now failed.
Smoke was not able to
Defenders
connect any of his shots onto that, that seemed like Ayana. He was able to distract Ayana, making Ayana forced to look down at this hole that Smoke made from underneath, and that gave time for Rooney to swing and catch Ayana off guard. And after that, it was a 2v1, and Nomad still had no information where Ayana's at. That was
Yes.
a good round for Team Misfits.
See, they held that down very well. Going back to Blue Bar and Sunrise. Switches to Bandit for the Malusi. Worked pretty well the first time. Not too much breach denial is needed for this side anyway. Pretty much Mudroom is, I would think, the only walls that are probably would be opened by a hard breach. So,
Defenders
a
protect
good
the bomb
trade-off.
from being defused by attackers.
And seeing as how Horizon doesn't even bring a hard breach, it's even a better trade-off. Sticking with the general consensus of the same, team lineup. Scoreboard working pretty nice.
If Team Horizon is able to do this top four perfectly, this vert control perfectly, they should be able to push out a lot of people from Sunrise. And they can get this plant down, but the only thing that's going to be able to stop them is the smoke. So as long as the smoke is on the board, they're going to have a really rough time. Especially even trying to execute at times when they're trying to push for blue or Sunrise.
That is very true. That area denial that smoke brings is very important, which is also why it's very important for him to be alive at the very end, as long as you possibly can, or until at least they try to execute. Otherwise, smoke's abilities are essentially wasted. Although his shotgun does bring a lot of utility for making rotates and, peek holes.
We kind of see the same thing coming from Horizon. They're gonna try to take top floor control, but instead of focusing on Hookah, they're gonna try to take the VIP side as Sledge is pushing in from guitar, and Happy's kind of pushing like his cover fire to make sure nobody rotates from base to get this pick to the Sledge. And while I say that, the smoke has a really nice chicken angle, could at least get one kill. Possibly two if there is no calls between the team.
The damage came out on the Jaeger through the wall there. As they're getting pushed down. Oh, and he does not get the kill, but the Jaeger picks it up. And he gets traded out.
Recovered the bomb
That is an angle.
That is unfortunate by Jaeger. He
Oh.
got picked off so early, and wow, Finka gets 2 kills onto the Jaeger and a Rooney. That looks like it's top foot control down for Team Horizon already. And as I see that, Ayana gets down, probably from below. I don't know how, but
Incoming.
Seems like she was shot through the floor. I think a boost getting her back up to close to half HP. A minute and 20 left on the board. Horizon still has plenty of time to be able to attack this site. Although smoke, as we said, is still on the board though. Oh, and the roam coming out from the moose, he still gets traded off. Or gets picked off. For the 3K by the Finka. 500 bullets is pretty nice.
that was a risky play that team, that Malusi was doing. In the end, if she got the pick, that would have put him in such a way better position to make that they were going to be on a 3v5, but now since Melissa's got moved off, that is your impact's gone. And yes, they might not do anything. It's still a gunner down, and having a sledge with nades and having the Sphinx popping off is not good to putting alone on these guys.
Angle comes out from the Nomad. This is pick on the castle, but gets immediately laid out by a shotgun. Unfortunate for her. Smoke is the last alive.
It is 20 seconds on the board, and Smoke has canisters, but
and
tries to get aggressive and tries to get another pick. Ouch.
Ah, that's gotta hurt.
It is tied 2-2. Horizon and Mi5FIT going back at it. One turn, one round at a time. They keep on getting a round for Mi5FIT, round for Horizon, and it kind of seems like the first pick that round kind of saved them. Saved Team Mi5FIT's. Or no, Team Horizon.
I agree that I think of definitely got those first two picks. Really, I mean, it was pretty much one right after the other. Definitely helped the momentum with that 3v5. Going
Attackers
into
need
the
to locate
fifth
and
round
defuse
now.
as many bombs as they can.
They decided to
Bomb located
switch to
by
the kitchen
attackers.
site. Seeing as how the bar didn't go so well. Bringing that mirror once again. They do. Horizon C definitely seems to be going for that upstairs control pretty much every single time. And it's important. They have the sledge, you know, they have all the people to watch their flanks, so they might as well. They do have the 2 nitro cells on defense again, though, and seem to have worked out the last time for them, so
Attackers
who
are
knows,
heading
maybe they'll
out
get
to
some
defuse
toes
the
again.
bomb.
Having an aggressive team with Nomad is pretty scary because not only can they push in the site or in the building, but they can also get so many angles that they're not covering, spotted by this by these air jabs, and having a really good Nomad on an aggressive team, it is very scary. Not only can you not get aggro on a certain objective, not just OBJ, the bomb sites, but on a certain room.
Oh my goodness, the pick for Horizon comes out from the window onto the Aruni. That's very unfortunate. And another pick comes out from the Capital. Okay. Not looking good for Team Mi5FIT so far. Already a 5v2 or a 5v3, my bad. Still 2 minutes left on the clock, except they do get a you know, a repick. Onto the Capital, and oh my. C4, as mentioned earlier, does find the toes of the Nomad, and unfortunately the Finka goes down as well.
What seems like a Horizon round just changed sides in a matter of seconds. First it goes from Capital to Dyne to Nitrocell to even, I don't know what happened to Finka.
Oh
She also
my.
died. That's a fourth person down on luggage. It was the Ayana trying to get a pick on this Jaeger, but this Jaeger seemed like he knew already. 5 steps ahead.
Last for Horizon is the sledge, using the grenade 2-4. Doesn't find anybody, no damage even. Although this mirror is kind of cornered, looking through the 4, looking for her. Oh, and she gets taken out by the sledge. This is definitely winnable though, with a minute left on the clock. Horizon could still possibly take this round if they play their cards right, or if he plays his cards right.
Ooh.
Fragnate does run away though. You heard it. Mi5FIT is patiently waiting for the
Attackers
push.
recovered the diffuser.
50 seconds left. Diffuser has been recovered. Seems to be pushing down the cool vibe stairs. Does he know the person that is in Sunrise though? It seems as he does. Shots going out. But unfortunately the sledge could not win that gunfight. And, well, Mi5FIT wins another round. That was an interesting turn of events.
It was 100% Horizon round, and then I don't know how they died, but It was so unfortunate to see them go down like that, because it was their round. But Misfits stole a round from Horizon. Let's see, Horizon could come back.
Very true. If Misfit ends up winning this would be a good, pretty good half for them. Horizon, on the other hand, I am sure will want to even this out. 6 picks from the Capitale to the Capitale and then to Sophia. Sophia bringing that soft destruction along with her concussions can be
Attackers need to
definitely a
locate
round
and defuse
altering
bombs.
ability.
Seeing
Seeing
with
Misfit
those bubbles did kind of ruin them, Team Horizon, when they tried to push this exact same side that Misfit chose. They had a bubble in, and I believe it was Blue Bar, or in Aqua. And that bubble was kept on constantly red pinging the people from above. And that allowed Sledge to kind of like distract the Iona. And because of that bubble, that distraction was done. And that just led to a round for Team Misfits, and bringing a Zoe to counter that bubble that Maestro carries for the team is actually a pretty
Attackers'
smart
objective is
idea.
to locate a bomb and defuse it.
very true. They're learning from their mistakes, hoping to correct it. They do have the Jaeger on the board, however, so you have to make sure that there aren't any Jaegers in the vicinity first. Somebody seems to be soft roaming around office. Oh, does he get the... Oh, wow, the Jaeger gets the pick from office. Trying to go for an aggressive push without droning. That's very unfortunate for Horizon. And then he immediately gets off the angle. Goes back to his normal roam spot up top marble stairs. And going back to the holes. Oh my, and a pick comes off onto the Yana. Is that kind of a spot peek? I'm not sure what that was, but it's now a 3v5 in favor of Misfit. Horizon doing their best to push the site. Still 2 minutes on the board though. It's plenty of time for them to do something. Oh, canisters being used early as well. Okay, the pick comes out from the Maestro
Attackers are locating bombs.
onto the sledge. They do get the shield down in via... Oh, okay, another pick. Wow, this is looking to be a very good round for Misfit. It is now a 1v5. Sophia is the last one remaining. Can she get anything done from here? This does not seem so far. There's a minute left, however. All the Misfit has to do is wait for her to push, as they seem to have pretty much every angle covered. The Maestro looking for the run out. However, the pick does come out onto the Jaeger, and well, the Mute capitalizes off of that and takes the round for Misfit.
Yeah, that was so unfortunate to see. Those first two picks actually had the momentum going for Misfit Gaming, and Horizon was not able to change the tides in that round. Losing a Finca that boosts everyone with their HP and a pair of nades is pretty troubling to lose. And
Same thing on that Yana too. No droning capability for the hologram, and again you lose another pair of nades, so you know, trying to clear utility is going to be much more difficult, as well as, you know, getting information, so it is now Horizon's turn to defend. 2-4 half, unfortunately for them. However, for Misfit, seems to be going pretty well.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Bring in that Flores for the shields, I would be assuming. Pretty much probably any utility, really. Flores is very good for clearing utility. They have tons of vertical play from both the Buck and the Sledge as well. Just for soft destruction, so we'll see how that turns out from Misfit.
Sorry again, deploy.
I'd love to see how
10
Team
seconds
Horizon
left before
plays this
insertion.
round. Their aggressive play style. Let's see how.
5 seconds
Let's
to
see if they can
insertion.
get any first picks, any first bloods. And
Attackers are
saying
moving
that
out to
there's
locate a
Aruni
bomb and
gonna
defuse
play
it.
Sunrise Bar. I think she's probably gonna hold that with her dear life, and if she smells danger, she's probably gonna leave it.
Drone is ready.
Pretty interesting that they bring the alibi. Wondering if they're using it for aggressive plays as you were talking about. As I am speaking of which, she is going for an aggressive play here, holding a very aggressive angle on a doorway. Decides to back off though after trying with almost being droned.
Throwing frag.
3 members of Mi5FIT are pushing this off the side. 1 goes down, however. Oh my goodness, this is a firefight into the... Oh my. It is miraculous that they did not lose as many any more players that they did, but the alibi goes down, although they did, however, lose the Yana and the Finka. Again, that is 2 rounds in a row for 2 different teams.
I think what happened was that Jaeger was holding Aqua Patch and was able to like help this alibi, even though he wasn't able to help her save her life. But in the end, he got a good trade. 1 person for 2.
It's very true, very true. Somebody is still at the top of Marble Stairs, and the attackers are very well known of this. Seems to be trying to find if they can bait her out, but she is going to be rotating back to Theater. Somebody's still 90 Hall as well. This roam presence is still very heavy coming out from the defenders, but I mean, seeing as how they still have a good number of map control, I don't blame them. Nade coming out from the sledge deals a tiny bit of damage to the Jaeger. Nothing significant though. Torres doing his drone job. The minute just passed on the clock. Seems Mi5FIT is going to have to go for a push
Bomb
here
located by
in this
attackers.
4v3.
Seems Mi5FIT is still trying to collect information and still trying to see where they should be able to push from. And speaking of the Floaters drones, they've got a lot of info. They know that there isn't that many people inside, but they know that once they start going inside, they'll get flustered and flooded by a bunch of bullets coming from Horizon.
Attackers have
Throwing
located a
flashbang.
bomb.
The shield at the top of Cool Vibe Stairs is still up, so this could be a very interesting issue, and it does indeed cause an issue for Mi5FIT. It's now a 4v2 with only 12 seconds left. The feet seen, and there. Okay, and that is the round for Horizon.
That
seems
aggressive play from Alibi actually helped them a lot, even though she wasn't able to get any kills. then
Wasted a
Jaeger
good amount of time
was.
too.
Yeah, and Jaeger was able to get 2 picks. And because of that, it seemed like Team Mi5FIT kind of did not know what to do. They had, I think, yeah, they had their 2 fraggers down. And they kind of seemed lost. They didn't know what to push, but I wouldn't blame them. Having 2 picks early in that round kind of just throws you off.
Yes, that is very true. Shifts the weight to one side. Definitely hard to take. Although Horizon is taking a timeout. I'll be discussing how they should continue with this. I just know why the Horizon decided to take this timeout. I'm wondering if they're trying to discuss their strategy over how Mi5FIT is pushing. Maybe they want to leverage some things better. But I guess we will see when we get back to the game. They are going kitchen. Beans bringing the castle. Very good for cutting off certain rotations for the attackers and angles as well. Alibi also being brought by Easy again, seeing as it,
Defenders, protect your bombs.
wasted a good amount of time the
By
first time.
attackers.
He's got Jaeger not two free, but 2 good picks, so
Attackers
You
have
know.
located a bomb.
Stop
it
worrying
isn't,
about grenades.
broken don't fix it, I guess.
Initiate jammer. Swapping mag.
Interested to see if we're going to see this heavy roam presence from Horizon as well
Changing mags.
on the upstairs. Although I only see 1 nitro cell, so that could be very interesting. That is being brought by the mute, being played by Happy.
5 seconds remaining. Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
So it's also noteworthy that there are 6 frag grenades on the attacking side for Mi5FIT.
Welcome that.
Could be a lot of destruction here, and lots of vertical play as well from both the buck and the sledge that is being brought.
Welcome that.
Oh, Bean's taking some damage from who knows what. Maybe a possible spawn peek that he was trying to do. Misthrown nade by the Finca.
Drone activated. Activating replicator.
Well, it seems there's not that many top floor roamers this time. There is, but they're kind of set for the flank. They are giving them top floor and waiting for this pick if needed. They have a chance. And while saying that, Jaeger sees someone, but doesn't get pre-fired. But this LMG and Easy Pony just gets a pick off of someone, but Jaeger as well gets a pick off of the sledge. That is 1 pair of nades and 1 of your soft floor destruction down already. Less than half the round. A little bit more than half the round.
Two very good picks coming out from Horizon. The Finca and the Buck are now gone, so 1 more nade is not going to be placed out. And they're open as we speak. There's another pick coming from Horizon. Onto Term, who was playing that Yana. No more hologram drones going to be brought out. Vertical place is still present though, as we have a Zofia and a sledge. They do seem to have upstairs control now. However, there's a minute left on the clock where they will have to start to push the site, this kitchen.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Ooh, and that's the Zofia down. It is now 5v1, and Zofia with her vertical holes tries to catch someone off guard, but Team Horizon's already ready for it. They know no one's gonna flank them around, so all they have to do is watch 1 hole, and it paid off for them in the end. They got a pick on the Zof. They still have this sledge for software destruction, but if he tries to go for software destruction, it is gonna hurt him because everyone's gonna start shooting at him. I'm just gonna try to make a play in less than 18 seconds of the round, and he has no
52
defuse,
seconds to go.
so he has to get this 5 ace, this quick
10
ace,
seconds remaining.
fast aces, yeah. As he
Being pinged by the hologram as well.
5 minutes left.
That's a yikes.
Indeed a yikes. Oh, it's mute going for the aggressive play, but no kills are seen from either sledge or the mute, so Horizon still takes the round, however. So it is now 4-4 on the scoreboard.
Yep. Team Horizon did take that round slowly. They didn't roam as heavy. They left their spots when they felt pressured, and that Jaeger did get pre-fired by this Finca, and instead of just fighting it through, he kind of just left. And because he left, there was 2 minutes down on the board, 1 minute left, and they're still kind of focused or worried about this Jaeger. The sledge was even joining, and the Jaeger was even down near site in 30 seconds in the round.
Defenders, protect your
This
bombs.
aggressiveness that Horizon brings to the table still has Mi5FIT thinking and wondering that there might be an opponent or
Attackers
not.
have located a bomb.
You can stop worrying about grenades now.
Good job on Horizon for taking that round with a flawless. We see a 0 on the board now coming from Term. Probably flank cams, you know, good, very good info. Otherwise than that, we see a very similar
Attackers
lineup.
have discovered the location of the bomb. 10 seconds to insertion.
Easy does seem to be really like bringing that alibi, and it has been working out for them pretty well, so...
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Like the same lineup is coming from Mi5FIT Gaming, but the only difference is Iron Sniper is gonna bring, oh no, Term is gonna bring the 0 instead of what was it?
It was the Yana, I believe. Yes.
Yes, he was the Yana. So more cams is definitely good for Team Misfits, knowing this aggressiveness that comes from Horizon.
Speaking of which, I use a cam to clear, one of Zero's cams to clear kitchen, and they are 4-man pushing this so far. One still holding their flank, and the other 3 are pushing the main lobby. Seeing as how they are playing a blue bar, and that does require some vertical presence, but it seems that they are largely ignoring that for the time being. Buck opening a lot of the mud room here, trying to get some angles to the bar.
There's still a minute and 30 left on the board, and it's kind of a stalemate right now. Team Misfits are still they're still wondering what they should push. They have a lot of possibilities, especially these holes. It usually goes for the favor of defenders if they're playing lobby, but since there's nobody in lobby, those holes actually are working for Team Misfits.
Buck holding an aggressive angle here into blue bar. Don't know if they actually know he's here though, so he could get a pick from this. Although somebody is playing close on the bomb. Who's right? Oh, and as I stated, they don't think they knew he was there, so he gets a pick onto the Mira. But oh my goodness, the mute goes for the aggressive play with the shotgun, and it works out. They get a...
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Okay, it's now evened out as a... No, okay, I take that back. It's not evened out anymore.
Wow, Easy just changed the momentum of this game real quick. He got 2 quick double headshots, and that changed the tides for Misfits. They were gonna lose this round. It seems like they were falling apart, but then they just collectively gathered each other, and now they're still in this round.
Easy is known by Term, but will he get the kill is the question. Hear the shots going out. Term going for the aggressive play, but does not get the pick onto Easy. Very unfortunate, and Horizon will take another round. Is that 3 straight for them now? 4 straight?
It looks like 3 straight, I believe.
Yes, it would be 3.
It was.
Yeah, it's 3. Yeah, it's 3 straight defending rounds for Horizon so far. Whatever was discussed in that timeout seemed to come to fruition for sure.
If Misfit loses next round, they have to call a timeout. Cause they just lost 3 rounds in a row, and losing 4 is not good, especially when it's all just attacking sided. We saw when Misfits were defending, it was actually pretty even. But now since Horizon has control over the pace of what they play, they kind of control the game at this point. They are controlling the timing, and these solo heroics that's coming from all these individual players from Team Horizon is actually paying off super well.
I press benching.
I agree, yes. 6 nades again on the attacking for that utility clear. That utility clear is definitely going to be needed with this Malusi on the board.
10 seconds to go.
I find that that Aruni is being picked much more because of her current. I guess it would be considered buff. But you know, it being that denial, that throwable denial, along with the Jaeger, is a very good combination with the two.
I'm reloading.
That's what I saw from Misfits. They had so many drones. I think all of their drones was pre-placed. So the angle watching from sunrise to kitchen to even VIP, I think it was. And having a lot of intel, especially if one person dies, he's not going to be useless
Bomb
because
located by
all of their droning, their pre-place is going to help them in the end. Especially how how Horizon plays. They play super aggressive, and talking of aggressive, Finka is already in VIP, getting a pick onto Forte. And that is their mirror down, and their one and only Nitro Cell down as well. And seeing that go down in her pocket is not a sight to watch.
Mi5FIT might be actually turning this round around. However, Diana does take some damage, getting out to about 30 HP.
I just love the pickle with Trump from music. That's a nice vibe.
It is indeed. Nice skin too.
Ooh, almost takes off the toes off of Happy.
Very, very close.
Glad you missed, but saying that, wow, Happy is now 1 HP if Easy shot his toe even once. I could have spelled disaster for Team Horizon, but Team Horizon is still in this. They can't really rotate as much for all these flank drones, especially if one of them goes on cam, but there doesn't seem to be much wiggle room for Team Horizon at this point. And all comes down to execution for Team Misfits.
Team Mi5FIT also seems to be having a 3-man push into Aqua. Now clearing the denial. And droning out to make sure that they know where everybody is before they execute. Minute just passed. Seems they're going to be seeing if they can get those picks.
Ooh.
Onto the defenders. Almost gets one on the Malusi, but barely gets away. Happy down to 1 HP. Still. Oh, and the Malusi gets the pick on the other hand. And gets immediately traded out by
the
Iron Sniper. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is now a 3v3, and saying that Music gets a pick on downstairs, and now it looks like Horizon is rising back from the dead, but there's still 2 people left on Team Misfits, and now it makes it a 2v1, or 2v2 now since someone just got rezzed, and this Jaeger is going to try to play aggressive, but now his
quad
teammate
kill
is
from
down.
the Finka. And the ace for Iron Sniper. Very well played. My. Well, we were talking about how aggressive Horizon was, and here's Mi5FIT being just as aggressive. Although their push did turn out very well. They did get the plant down with the 2v2. And great coverage coming the Finka from Iron
If I'm
Sniper.
not mistaken,
with
I think that's the 1 or 2 plants being placed down in this entire match. Usually it's not. This entire match hasn't been a plant objective game. It's been more frags.
You might be correct about that. Oh my, yes. Team Mi5FIT definitely coming out with the frags on the scoreboard. Iron Sniper, that ace definitely helps with his 11 and 6. Otherwise, their team seems to be pretty even. Actually, all the teams seem to be pretty even on kills, so, you know, it's not too one-sided here and there.
Yeah, and Iron Sniper is not, I wouldn't say carrying, but he's carrying a little bit. He's impactful. He has he's winning a lot of these frags. He even got 5 kills in 1 round, and he single-handedly won the game, even though his teammates did set him up for many of the kills.
Laying out the
He was able to execute well, and that's what we wanted to see.
5 seconds remaining.
If you can't execute well against Horizon, they will take advantage of that, and their aggressive plays will get them many picks, which will favor their side.
This is very true. Speaking of plants, Coastal I don't really think is known for being very objectively played. And it's usually more frag-centric, but, you know, depending on the teams that we have.
Setting up.
And that is clearly being displayed as we are seeing right now. Beans is currently at the bottom of the marble stairs, holding that angle for the roam.
Using shield.
He knows a drone is there, he just doesn't know where. Oh. He did see it though, however. Patiently waiting, not getting too aggressive here. So the site is kitchen, they are going upstairs for that vertical play.
Deploying mobile cover.
Think of being droned. Down the stairs. Trying to push him out.
Repulsion device.
Beans decides to get off the angle and go back to site, playing it safe. You know, love to see it. And unfortunately for Happy, he is taken out by the sledge from vertical play.
That is their one only shotgun, one only nut yourself being down after the round, and saying that Pickle does get a pick off them into the Nomad. That is now their flanks down. I don't think they shot any air jabs, and if they do, they only have to worry about 1 or 2.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
And this round is pretty even. They have no flanks covered, and no flanks covered against Horizon. It's not very nice to look at. And now it looks like there's going to be a 3-man push into Sunrise. This Jaeger has to leave, or his life's to be taken away. His life does get taken away by this buck.
Oh, and the alibi finds the refrag, but unfortunately she gets taken out by the term. Now a 3v2 in Misfit favor. Vertical play still being present. As you can see, most of the floor is gone. Forte getting shots fired at, but no damage taken.
Grenade out.
25 seconds left. Misfit will have to do an execute soon, and okay, the Yana gets taken down, turn taken out of this round. 2v2, 15 seconds left. They're gonna have to push very soon. Seems like it's going to be a kitchen window take, perhaps?
Bomb located.
Maybe a service?
5 seconds.
Oh, service, but gets immediately traded out, and the defenders win, with Forte getting the last 2 kills. Very good shots coming out. That does indeed make it match point for Horizon.
Well, if I was Team Misfits, I would call a timeout right here, right now, because they lost
I
every
would too.
single round on defense, on their defense, and not on their attack. And it seemed like a Misfit round, but towards the end they did get picked off slowly but surely by Beans. Actually, they got this nice pick into the Yana, and it looked like they were gonna do this hard kitchen take, but since the Yana was down, they had to change their plans last second, and they weren't ready for it. And Happy with this game, since he knew someone was on the
Attackers need
kitchen
to
window,
locate and defuse
and
bombs.
he actually heard someone coming from service. And with that game sense and his mechanical skill,
Attackers
did win the
discovering the
round.
location of a bomb.
Very true. To be fair, his teammate did die from service, so that was probably called immediately. So match point for Horizon. And they are still deciding to do the blue bar defense.
10 seconds remaining.
Again, bringing that Mira.
Calibrating air compressor.
5
No
seconds
smoke
left
on the
before
board, however. They have that mute instead with the nitro cell.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Vertical play does seem to be present from the attacking side, as well as the OSA. I'm wondering how they are going to utilize her here, as if they're going to use her for aggressive pushes, or maybe to hold angles. Well, only time will tell.
it does seem Happy, and Horizon does bring the same lineup, and there's a nice cell kill onto their buck. There is 1 out of 2 software destructions that Team Misfit does bring onto the board, and getting someone picked off that fast into the round does not It hurts Misfit's mentality so much after losing 5 rounds in a row.
Yes, very much so. I'm pretty sure that pick came off to the when he was putting a nitrocell onto the castle barricade. So when he went to go punch it, unfortunately there was an explosive waiting for him. Buck down, but the frag grenade from Term does find the mute,
Taking terminal.
and Happy is now out of this round. The other nitrocell that was present is now gone. Still in the pocket of the dead Happy. They do still have some vertical play that as Misfit has shown. Still 4 grenades as well. They can easily get some more frag kills here. Or push them out of positions. Term is a dangerous game here in this
Frag grenade out.
this mudroom entrance. And as I stated, the unfortunate that dangerous game does not work in his favor, and he gets taken down by Forte.
This is not looking too well for Misfit Gaming as they lose their third. They're exverted. Their sledge. That is their other pair of nades down in their pocket. Pinka is still alive with her life, and
Oh,
saying that she's the only one alive.
oh wow, easy.
Yo, it comes from easy.
Easy able to hit his shots.
That is a GG.
It is indeed a GG. Horizon takes the game. Very good on them. I feel like who interview? I feel like Misfit's time management when it came down to the last minute was starting to. I think they crumbled under that pressure, seeing as how it always came down to either like a 3v1 or like a 3v2. Except apart from that one round where they got an ace, but it's a very unfortunate.
Yo, what's up?
Hello.
Hi, how are y'all doing?
Doing good. How do you feel after that?
I'm feeling well. Personally, my performance is a little lackluster, but you know what? The team is really hyped up. We're feeling good.
It's very good. It's very good. How do you feel like what you did better than Misfit tried to do? I guess I don't know really how to put that.
Honestly, we had a lot more intel on Misfit because well, and more than in just the sense of droning and cameras, we also had intel from their previous VOD.
Oh, okay. So doing your
Yeah.
research, I see.
Yeah, we did. That's why we banned the Wamai and the Ying because we knew they like to run that a lot.
Oh, okay,
And
very good.
yeah,
Obviously,
and
it
so
paid off to some extent, you know.
yeah, we
One
came here
game.
to win. We came here to dominate the competition.
Well, it seems that is exactly what you were doing. Would you like
Go
to add
ahead.
anything, Icy?
With those aggressive plays, it seems that you catch Team Misfits off guard a lot of the time, especially holding a lot of awkward angles, and these awkward angles actually pulled it off, getting a lot of picks onto Misfits, who actually made those strats for defending. For the coastline.
Yeah, the coastline defense we kind of read into is like very aggressive on the top floor. We kind of read into that. We just said, let's go kill these guys real quick, and then we'll hit site. So a lot of the angles that we figured like they can't handle aggression. Because we found that out early. When we started reading into their plays, it was very defensive. And if we could get the intel on a flank and shut that down, it was pretty much game.
Yeah, I could tell that you had the constant pressure on them the entire time, so it's very well done, very well
we
played.
like keeping them on their toes. Although they were really good. Like a big shout out to Misfit. Very well played game.
It's a very good game to watch. Very good game to cast.
Thank
All
you.
I got. Yeah,
So-
and good job, Happy. That was a very good win on the guys' side. It seemed like a very close match, but at the end, you guys were able to pull it off. And you guys got a lot of frags actually. 13 and 11 kills on your team. That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, Easy was just having a day, and he's usually one of our support players, but he was really having a really good day. So we just said, you know what? Here's a gun. Take Alibi. Go easy.
Yeah, he definitely seemed to be hitting his shots with Alibi. So you always love to see that.
Yeah. You know what? When Easy is having a good day, we're all having a good day.
It's good to hear. That's good to hear. And as you can see, the match score shows that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for playing. Very well, very good games.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No
Yeah,
problem.
and we would I'd like to cast you guys again, and thank you so much for having us interview you, Happy.
Oh, I think you're gonna cast us again. We have another game.
Oh yeah, I was gonna
Really?
say I'm gonna be casting you again for sure. I don't know.
Like
I don't know who.
right now, we're literally
Yeah.
gonna go hop into our second game. We're going against SFU.
Indeed.
So Horizon fans, turn up.
The game will be
Get
at
this.
9:30 EST. So if you want to see that play out, then stick around for the next 30 minutes or so, and you will see that.
All right, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for playing. Good job, guys.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.